What's going on, people? I have no idea why the gaming computer is alive right now. Today is Wednesday. Today is another work day. I got up at 6 o'clock, just went into the computer room there, chilled out while I was waiting for my breakfast to cook, made myself a tornado and a steak. Yeah, tornado and a steak, people. Things dreams are made of. Meat with a side of meat. Like, life don't get better than that, right? What'd you have for breakfast? Meat with meat and side of meat. Frig, I love meat. Breakfast of champions. Protein and fat, yeah. So surprisingly enough, the cat didn't bug me last night, so I had a great night's sleeping. Well, until 3 o'clock when I woke up with a full bladder and had to go pee. You know, I used to be able to make it through the night without having to piss myself. And then age set in. Now I can't. Sucks. So apparently there's going to be some more changes to Netflix Canada. I talked about wanting to cancel my subscription, but my parents really want me to keep it and they don't want to get their own, so Dad's offering to pay for half of it, so I was like, alright, whatever. If that's the case, then that's the case. So he's going to pay, I'm going to pay, we're going to keep it. But this is what's kind of getting me. Is we're losing a lot of content to new streaming sites like Warner Brothers is making one, Disney is making one. So a lot of the content that is currently on Netflix, that is Warner Brothers and or Disney involved, will be leaving the platform and going to their respective platform. Now, there is rumor that the Warner Brothers platform and the Disney platform will not be available in Canada because of the CRTC and our broadcasting laws up here, which requires content on a streaming platform to contain at least 60% Canadian material. Like, this is the reason why Netflix Canada sucks compared to Netflix USA. On top of that, Netflix announced that they want to start including advertisements when you're watching TV shows. For instance, let's say you're binge watching, I don't know, any TV show on there, like Frontier, some other Netflix original, because that's all that's going to be on there now, like Orange is the New Black or something. After each episode, you could get a tailored advert to generate the site some extra money on top of the already money you're subscribed to, like your subscription fee. Literally, these online services are becoming cable access TV. Now, a lot of you are probably saying, but Adam, you roll adverts on your YouTube. On YouTube, I definitely roll adverts because, hey, a couple bucks here and there helps me put money into equipment for the streams or whatever the case may be, paint for the car for the summer's project. Hey, it is what it is. But you're not paying to watch me on YouTube. You're not putting towards any dollars to subscribe to me on YouTube. I'm not asking for any donations or any patron type nonsense. If I was asking for a patron donation in order to receive my content and then turned around and nailed you with ads, that's double dipping, and that's a dick move. But because I'm literally just making the content, putting it up there, and letting Google pay me by rolling an advert for, whatever advert you get based on your own demographic and browser history nonsense that Google pulls and decides what kind of adverts to feed you that you might accidentally click on that could accidentally interest you. You're not paying to see the media, it's fine. But when you're paying $15 a month or $13 a month for a service, you shouldn't be fed ads. But I'll be keeping my Netflix. My parents really like it. And there's a couple things on there that I like to watch too. So whatevs. I got my other two sites, my Prime and my Crave. Crave is a Canadian thing, I believe. And Prime is, well, Amazon Prime. For some reason, they're able to get around the CRTC. I don't know how, because there's not much Canadian content on there, yet they're able to be in Canada, so not quite sure what's going on there, but we'll take it. It's like everybody wants to roll ads on their service. Bell actually announced that they're going to start monitoring your internet usage and your phone usage so that they can better tailor ads to your phone and to your Bell devices. Like, what? What? Why? No, me okay. I don't want to have better tailored ads, and luckily I don't have a Bell cell phone. But the problem is, if Bell does it, the other two are going to follow. So it's like what? You buy a Bell locked phone, which shouldn't be locked. They should all be unlocked now from the factory. So you buy a Bell phone or a Telus phone or a Rogers phone, and as you're making a phone call, you're gonna have adverts on your dialer program and adverts on this and adverts on that. So the already expensive service they are charging you for, like guys, I showed you what we pay for cell phones. Like I pay $75 a month for 3 gigs of data and unlimited nationwide calling. That's ridiculous, right? Others are paying $75 in Canada and getting 10 gigs of data because of their geographical location. Like we get stooged here in Ontario, and now they want to put adverts on there so they can nickel and dime us for more money and not give us any benefit out of the deal. Like frig off. The problem is those ads consume your data, so the already little bit of data we get, they're going to be consuming it to feed us ads that we don't give two shits about. So we're going to have to install ad blockers on our phone to block the nonsense the providers are giving us that we can't get around because we need the providers in order to get the cell phones. Like, oh my god. You guys ever see that movie Idiocracy? It's a comedy, but it's actually becoming reality. It's basically about a guy who's a basic bottom bitch. He's like your average Joe, average as all average can be. Gets cryogenically frozen by the military. It's supposed to be for a 1-year thing just to see if the technology works. They forget about him. 500 years go by, and he's released into the year from 2005 to 2505. When he comes out, the world has gone full degenerate. As in, all the smart people decided not to breed because it wasn't a good idea to bring a baby into this world because this world just wasn't that great. But then all the hillbillies and hicks were out there just smashing, making more babies than ever. So literally the world got overran with stupid people. And then this guy emerges from being average Joe to being the smartest man on the planet. And back when I first watched it, I was like, oh man, this is a great comedy. But I just revisited that movie again last night and I'm like, wow, that's reality. Everything's got adverts on it. People are wearing adverts. One guy is saying, brought to you by Carl's Jr. all the time because every time he says it, he gets paid. This is what's happening with reality now. You know, I see it on YouTube all the time. You know, I keep promoting the old J Fuel every morning as my beverage, but I'm not sponsored. I'm not making a dime off of that. I just like it because it's easy to prep and it's delicious and it gets me wired. But there are people on the internet who, like, you watch certain people and they're always plugging the merch. They're always plugging their sponsors. They're always, you know, basically trying their best to make as much bang for their buck. And you're seeing nowadays vehicles driving around with adverts on. Like, you went out and you bought a car with your own money for $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, whatever the case may be, and now you have a vinyl decal on there advertising for some other brand that you have no affiliation with except for the fact that they're paying you a couple bucks to roll this plastic on your car that you spent a lot of money for. We have it in town. There's actually a few car companies in town, or a few companies in town that will pay you monthly. Like, here's $250 a month if you'll vinyl wrap your car in an advert for our business. And people are like, oh, well, who cares? I just use my car for driving. Who cares what it looks like? And it's like you're a rolling bulletin board. No, me okay. Me okay. The adverts are overtaking us, boys. It's only a matter of time for every friggin' device you buy. Hell, I'm surprised my Fitbit here doesn't roll adverts. Be like, oh, how's my heart rate? And then I gotta watch like an advert for, you know, Popeye's supplements or Bowflex equipment or something, because it's like, oh, this guy likes to work out. Let's get him some workout equipment. Bowflex weights. Go get yourself a Bowflex treadmill, you know, one of those. But yeah, the adverts are overtaking us. They want to put adverts on paid services like they did on cable TV, which I always never understood, but it was explained to me as, and this makes sense, I guess, but cable access, you're paying your cable provider to provide you with a service to deliver multiple channels. Those channels are not being paid by the cable provider. Those channels have to make their own revenue, and they make it through adverts. Okay, that makes sense. They got to stay in business. They got to make money. They roll adverts. They get paid so they can afford to fire their datas across the copper line into your television through your provider. Sure, that makes sense. It's like your internet provider. They don't make the websites. They just give you the ability to suck them into your computer and put them on a screen. Okay, that makes sense. But with Netflix, with, you know, Crave, with all these Warner Brothers and Disney's and Prime, all these companies that you're paying them a service to have their one channel, their one thing streamed to you. It's not like cable. Netflix is not cable TV. Netflix is like channel 3 on cable TV. But you're paying a premium for just one channel with content on it. Imagine if that was the case. So you pay your cable provider $50 a month, we'll say, for the ability to watch channels. Just the ability to watch it. You don't have no channels yet. Now you got to go out and you got to spend $14.99 per channel you want to get. But now that you got those channels, now you got to watch adverts on those channels so the channel can make more money on top of the money you're already feeding them. Now it was explained to me that Netflix is not making a lot of money off subscriptions because it's costing them a lot of money to keep the subscribers happy by keeping certain shows on there, i.e. Friends and Bob's Burgers, which by the way is not coming back. This, I don't know, it's adding adverts to it is just going to aggravate things and piss people off. Because the whole idea originally behind Netflix was pay a fee, get premium content, and enjoy it. Now I could see Netflix turning around and saying, oh, you don't like adverts? Well, pay us $20 a month and we'll just turn off the adverts for you. Because that's what Netflix does. We'll give you what you want, just give us more money for shittier content. Like, come on. Enough with the ad. And that's why, like, for instance, I hate ads on YouTube. I hate it when I go to a YouTube channel and they have, like, the video's 28 minutes long, and there's a yellow bar at the beginning of the video, 7 minutes in, 14 minutes in, 21 minutes in, 27 minutes. It's like, holy shit. Like, how many, like, I hate that. I'll sit there and refresh the video until there's a least amount of yellow bars in there, because I know YouTube doesn't have that many adverts in the pool. And if you just keep hammering it, gradually you'll have like, oh, an advert in the beginning and one advert in the mid-roll. Hey, that's a good time. That's why I always set my videos to have one advert in the beginning, something that's skippable, so that you guys can turn it on, wait 5 seconds, hit the skip, and just go. And if you feel graceful enough, you can watch the advert and help me make 12 cents. Nothing's more annoying than watching multiple friggin' adverts on YouTube. And of course, you know, there's programs to get around it, but Twitch is actually fixing that. Soon you won't be able to get around the Twitch ads on Twitch TV. You'll have to watch them, which friggin' sucks. If you're a Twitch Prime member through Amazon Prime, you'll no longer have ads blocked. Like before, it was like you bought Prime, you were a Twitch Prime member. Now you gotta buy Twitch Turbo, which is another fee on top of your fee in order to turn off ads. Like, holy, greed is real. Brutal. Frickin' brutal. Anyway, enough bitching about the state of YouTube. Or not YouTube, Netflix and adverts and all that. We gotta go to work and make some money the old-fashioned way by putting in time and getting paid for it. Yeehaw! Because life gets a whole lot better when you're making that friggin' cheddar. Alright, just fed the cat and dog. Now to go, oh man, focus you sumbitch. I'm telling you, man, this camera is definitely a work of art to work with. Do I have a dirt on me? Okay, so I have nothing really going on tonight. Tomorrow's gonna be awesome, because like I said, I go into work for like a couple seconds and then I'm done. It's snowing out a little bit. Not crazily, but... Okay, I just cleaned that. Why is the end of the driveway already big? Oh, plow went by. Well, that would explain it. I'm gonna clean off my truck, head into work, and I'll talk to you guys afterwards, alright? Peace. All I gotta say is, whoever said if you do a job right, you'll only have to do it once, has never ever had to clear a Canadian driveway, for crying out loud. Anyway, people, we're home. Dog wants out. I want in. It's an even trade-off. Let's do it. Wonder if Dum Dum knows I'm home yet. I don't see. Oh, I see him. I sees him. I sees him. He's gonna start to learn that when the lights come back on in the house, that means I'm home. Now, theoretically, I can get in and out of my driveway just fine, so I don't really care. I don't feel like shoveling tonight. I don't feel like doing a lot of anything. What I feel like doing is a lot of nothing. I'm gonna have some dinner once Dum Dum comes back inside here. Just waiting for him to do his poopy times. And then, kitchen. Kitchen. Do it again. Meow again. She headbutt the camera. Come here. Good girl. Come over here. Come over here. Good girl. Who's your good girl? Who's y'all got girl? Who's y'all got girl? Get your paws. Oh man. Oh. You want back inside? What do you say? What do you say? What do you say? What do you say? Say please. That's close enough. Anyway, the last thing I ate was breakfast, so I'm gonna go eat. And I want to look into the CES because I didn't realize that was today. And they were talking about the new AMD CPUs, and I'm very interested in knowing about them. So I'll chat at you guys in a bit. Well, just like last night and the night before it, I'm gonna go downstairs and kill a workout. Okay, bye. Alrighty guys, should probably grab that shaker cup and go wash it out. Got my workout done, had myself a protein shake, freaking needed it. Feel great. I was pushing 150 pounds on the Bowflex, and I've never ever hit that high. And today I did, and let me tell you, I feel fantastic. 150 pounds per side, by the way. That's 3 50-pound power rods per side, and that's doing lat pulls, rows, bench press, both vertical, upright. I don't know. Where you sit up and you press and then straight out. And dude, it was hard as hell, but awesome. Like I felt like shit afterwards, like I was sore. I friggin' had my protein shake, and then Chutch and I jumped into some PUBG, and it was awesome. It's funny though, from basically being on a computer for 8 hours a day at work, then coming home doing video editing on a computer, by the time I sit down at the gaming rig, my eyes are so strained. I'm good for like 2-3 matches. I can spot people pretty well and usually get a couple kills in before I, do something stupid and play into a disadvantage. I keep forgetting to play that game safe, that it doesn't matter how many kills you get, what matters is surviving to the end and then getting that final kill. It's like any of these battle royale games, these survival games, you don't want to rush out there and just play it like Quake and try and rack up the most amount of kills, because you don't win that way. You win by surviving. That's how you do. But I get so damn aggressive when I'm playing and I just want to get kills that I forget, and then, well, next thing you know, I'm respawning and dropping from the plane again. Mario, what are you doing? Look at his face. I think this weekend will be a good night for some PUBG. Main reason is I don't want to drink G Fuel this late at night, and the focus starts wearing off pretty quick after a workout. Like, I didn't drink G Fuel before my workout. I had an actual pre-workout shake to give myself some energy and some base 8 double A's, branched chain amino acids, get that body ready to regenerate and dominate and all that fun stuff. But yeah, man, friggin' love the G Fuel though. It really gets you friggin' tuned in. I noticed that like the other day when I played solo and I had a G Fuel, that I was way more alert and focused, and I could spot people that normally I wouldn't see. So it definitely gives you more focus and more attention and less laziness. So that's pretty sweet. But I just watched the CES thing from AMD, and they talked about their new graphics card. I thought it was called Ryzen or Radeon 2 or Vega 2. But it's actually called Radeon 7, running on the new nanometer, and they compared it to a 2080 RTX, and it was just a little bit above the 2080. So the 2080 Ti RTX will still destroy it, but at a launch price of $600, mind you, that's America. By the time it gets to Canada, it's probably gonna be about $1,200. That's a pretty decent price. That's all I gotta say about. That's all I gotta say about that. And then they showed the Ryzen 3000, but they couldn't really talk much about the chip. Just that it was an 8-core 16-thread. And they put it up against the big 9900K of Intel and put it in a Cinebench, and it basically beat it. So that's pretty sweet. Now mind you, this was an early developed chip. They couldn't really go into too much details about it. But they said that should be out by summer. So what I may do in the summer is upgrade to one of those, because my B350 board will support it, and that should make video editing a lot quicker, a lot stealthier, a lot faster, a lot nicer. And I'm thinking about going water cooled versus that giant cooler that's on there now, because right now I can only run 16 gigs of RAM in the video editing rig, and if I can get more memory, I can get more, it'll just run better. Like, for generic use, if you guys are just playing video games, 16 gigs of RAM is probably more than enough. When you start doing video editing and image processing and all that there, you want as much RAM as you can get your hands on. So I'd like to bump her up to 32 gigs, but I can't do that currently because the heatsink that's on there overhangs one of the DIMM slots and RAM will not fit in that spot. So I need to do myself a solid and get a smaller cooler. So I was thinking about going liquid and setting up a liquid cooler. Then I could probably overclock it a little bit or whatever the case may be. All I know is right now on that desktop when I play Rust, she gets freaking toasty. Pretty damn toasty indeed. But people, tomorrow I gotta work from 9 to noon. I'm probably not gonna pick up the camera right away in the morning. I think I'm gonna wait until noon when I get off work and start filming. That seems like the better idea. So on that note, people, I'm going to shut her down here. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, click that like button. Any questions, comments, concerns, down below they go. And until next time, people, keep on vlogging.